Imagine losing your leg after an accident at work. My military career was over. I needed help.
At Irwin Mitchell, our legal experts understand the impact of a serious injury. We are committed to helping our clients receive the best possible medical care, rehabilitation, and compensation.
It's about making the most of every single day.
At Irwin Mitchell, we'll help you to imagine what's possible, so nothing feels impossible. Authorized and regulated by the Solicitors Regulation Authority.
Listen to your favorite songs, albums, and artists non-stop, even when you're offline. With Spotify Premium, you can download and take your music on the go and listen to music without hearing ads. Try it for free for 2 months. Tap the banner to learn more.
That's right, we're back once again. Yet another Inktober, and yet another rather interesting one. See, much like when we did the wrongness of... which day was it? See, much like when we did the merger for day number 8 and day number 9, you may have seen that when we finalised the piece, we actually ripped up the page and drew some eyes underneath. That's exactly what I plan to do today with Shredded, except we're going to go a bit further. See, although the prompt is Shredded, the randomised challenge is shadow art, which is essentially taking the form of a shadow and drawing a shape or a creature from it. And for the perfect shadow, I thought I'd choose the most irregular shapes that I have. Dragons. That's one I picked up in Scotland. That's one I've made myself. And we're going to be using these shadows to draw onto this bit of paper. Which we are then going to shred and stick back down onto this bit of paper, where we're going to draw around them with our own sort of uniqueness, trying to create either 2 or 1 monster. So let's go. However, to make this thing entirely work, I will have to turn the other lights back on. Because otherwise we won't get a shadow, which is exactly what we need for shadow art. I can drop the voice now. I did that little creepy sort of thing there. Hopefully it was creepy. I don't know. Oh. That's not what I wanted. Why are they not connected? Sorry about that. Give me a sec. Oh, that's why. Alright, what we're going to do is turn this light off. That creates a shadow. Cool. And then what we can do is basically just hold this up here like that. Actually, it might be easier if I hold it there like that. We're going to try not to play it too much to the original shape of the thing, which I'm going to try hold it at angles. And then when it comes to drawing the shadow, we're going to use this thicker brush. And then when it comes to the actual thing itself, we're going to use different bits. So if I just draw a very sort of basic outline for this shadow around here like this, and try not to move it too much. There are other ways of doing this, but because it's Inktober, and also this is my twist, I guess, on the challenge, I hold it at a different angle, so maybe like we hold it from the head end. And it doesn't really matter where I draw this on here, because again, all of these are going to kind of come together as one drawing anyway. Cool, right? And then what we're going to do is put that to the side for now. A little dragon there that I picked up in Scotland. I think it's wee cool. And we'll just do this one too, which is going to be a bit more kind of chaotic. So the further you hold it away, the more kind of hectic it is. The closer you hold it, the more refined it is. We won't do the full thing of this, but we'll use part of the shadow to kind of create a profile, just like that. And then we write part of the wing just here like that to And the whole challenge idea with this is that now what we're going to do is rip this up into a bunch of different pieces and then stick them down as a sheet. And then with gaps in between each of these, we're essentially going to make a creature. It could be in any number of positions. The shadow could become part of the foreground or the background of the environment. The whole point of it is to get creative. A bit like those lighting effects I just pulled off. That was like pretty much instant, right? Also, I painted this with coffee recently, and it smells like coffee. It's really nice. That's why the pages are sort of browner than the tea stain ones. Yeah, basically what we're going to do now is just rip this up, shred it, essentially. The page is going to get shredded, and from that shredded piece of paper, we're going to make a brand new piece of art. And I could, in theory actually, this could be quite a good like cathartic exercise, a good drawing exercise. Obviously don't rip up the actual drawing, but if you find like an old drawing of sorts, then you could like tear it up and then use the parts of it to make a new drawing, but like in an unorganized jigsaw. A bit like what we're doing here. And all the bits that don't have anything on, we're just going to get rid of because there we go. That way we do actually have some spared space on the page. And this is going to sort of spill out of the book a bit as well. Cool, right, so now what we're going to do is basically lay these back down onto the page, all shredded up, as the theme says, shredded. These shadows that we draw, we're going to basically take the shredded parts, lay them across the page, and then within the gaps of them, make a new drawing or a new creature. I don't know what this creature's going to be, don't really have a name for it, but it's going to be interesting nonetheless. Just a tiny bit of glue. Oh, and is it a brush? Sorry. Okay, cool. Different brush. Got my glue there. What we're going to do is basically just stick all these down. You can tell it was going a bit mixed media this year. Basically, we are just going to randomly stick these all across the page. Doesn't really matter where they are. And these lines, they don't have to match up, but some of them will make them. They can overlap, they can have massive gaps between them. I mean, we'll probably fill out a whole page. I'm going to draw on top of these pieces as well to actually make the creature. Yeah, if it's a good guess. This is like a slightly subverted challenge of what we did at uni in year 0. If you find like an old drawing or a piece you really like, but there's, or it could be a piece that you think that you've done really well. Even still, if you make like a copy of it and then basically rip that copy up, and then do this, you will find like a new perspective on a lot of stuff, and it is really quite fun. And I would do this if you're doing art block as well, actually. If you've got art block, find a piece that you've made in the past, make a copy of it, rip it up, and then try to draw something out of the ripped pieces. ideally something that's kind of just line work as well, because otherwise it's not going to really translate too well. What we'll do is just stick these down like that. And I might not use all the pieces. I might do, but I might not. Basically, by the time that I've got the last piece stuck down, that first bit will have dried as well. So yeah, and also PVA glue goes clear when it dries, so it won't really have any matter of the peach. It's got nothing on it. Try to develop this like irregular shapes as well. Okay, that's looking good so far. I can see something forming in my mind. That's an interesting bit there. That one's interesting. So is that piece actually. Into maybe. Interesting one there. Ooh, I'm starting to see a bit like the... I don't know if you can see that with the shape, but there's like a bit of a snout forming up here, and then it's like a wolf face just there. But it's got like gorilla arms in the front. Can you guys see that? Or maybe even... Well, you've got two eyes here, a really stretched mouth just there. Is that everything? No. Some interesting pieces here. Some of these lines together. I might have put a bit too much glue on the page. It's looking alright though. Oh, yes, for the person who's just joined. Basically, shredded day 12 Inktober. Basically what I've done is drawn shadow outlines on the page, shredded it. We're sticking them back down, and all we're going to do is make a creature from the lines that don't really make sense. And I can already see sort of like a face forming here. And it doesn't have to contort strictly to the lines, we can draw over the top of it. But the whole point is kind of just using kind of a shredded abstract form to create like a bigger picture. And some of the bits of page are more brown than others because I painted some of the pages with coffee earlier and it's leaked through, making this really cool spotty effect. What we're doing is just tapping down the bits of paper. Just like that. And that is pretty much that. We just need to wait for it to dry really, and then we can get into drawing. This really shouldn't take long to dry as well, so drawing shouldn't be long. Let's go into some random page bits into the more gluey patches. go. Some of the just plain bits here, up here. There we go, just like that. Is that everywhere? I think almost everywhere's done. I love kind of puzzle piecing stuff. Sometimes it's really therapeutic. There we go. And right now that that page has been drawn on and shredded, like I said, all we need to really do is wait for the glue to dry. And while we're doing that, we can kind of start to think about how this thing's going to look. Now, from very first views, I can kind of see a wolf on the page here. Like, you've got the snout here, you've got it bending around this way. And I guess it does kind of fit the theme as well. Like wolves, they've got like very shaggy, sort of shredded fur. They shred things apart with their teeth. So a wolf in this sense would make, well, sense. I'm possibly also seeing like a hand rising from the ground in a way, like coming this way, perspective off the page. There's also elements of like a singular eye in here, but you've got like horns there and like a really long neck here as well, possibly. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways we go with this. We've done a lot of dragon bits so far, and we did like characters yesterday, so we could go, because we've done hands already. I'll just see where my mind takes me, because we could not do any of the prompts we just laid out, because I'm already seeing a different sort of structure here. Maybe, just maybe, this might work. You've got like an eye here and sort of like an elephant trunk creeping around this way, but like an elephant seal trunk. And then underneath you've got some teeth buried here with like ears poking out that way. It's like an elephant seal mixed with a horse and a wolf. It's got like a really deep, almost like a pitcher plant mouth. So it could just be a carnivorous plant in a way, maybe. And I think it's dry enough now where we can start to sort of vision that out, because we're going to do it with thick brushes this time. So what I'm starting to see is this. Let's just sit here, sort of start to creep round. Or maybe, possibly, there's a bit of a... I'm seeing something entirely different now. That's the thing, my vision of this thing keeps shifting. It's really weird. Starting to see now is Maybe more like a Cuphead-esque figure. Got the eyes here, the mouth there, but it's really stretched. It's a tongue bending this way, and you've got arms like outstretched. Where's my other pen? And again, we can draw over the top of this too. So we could make this sort of creepy 1920s inkwork art. And it really plays, I guess, into the Inktober theme. And I've drawn many a Cuphead characters in my time, so this shouldn't be too hard. And I do love this style, because it is slightly off-putting, but also cute in the same way. And it really depends on how you compose the character. Something like the nose, following the motion of the paper, comes down this way. Like that. And then the mouth is going to start to kind of drop here, and this massive sort of tongue is going to be coming out of it. I think we need to wait for this to dry a bit more, then we can get back to it. But it's starting to look good. To be fair, all of these have to be horrible, like horror looking. We could do some cute ones too. So again, looks aren't everything. The personality of this creature could be maniacal. swear the concept behind this was a lot stronger than execution. I guess this could also just be like a really, really creepy, messed up, distorted face. Like, it doesn't have to be like a full creature. Could just do that as well, yeah. Like, they might have the Cuphead eyes, but this is not a friendly character. Tell you what, this hasn't got the best. We're going to leave it there for now. This will be dry in the morning, and what I'll do is basically come back to it, just add a bunch more, and then put it up on socials. But yeah, guaranteed I will fix this by the morning. I promise. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, night, morning, afternoon, day, wherever around the world. Everyone's welcome here as always. Socials linked here, VODs for all the previous streams for October, and a bunch of other stuff, including Uniworker over on YouTube, also linked over here. And all the previous Inktober's are on my socials and YouTube too, so yeah. And also, I've got my ArtStation linked here as well, so if you want to check out some of my uni work that I've been doing, then feel free. But apart from that, I'll see you all soon, and have a good one. But yeah, like I said, I'll let us dry overnight, rework it in the morning into something a bit better, because it's kind of down the drain. Like, the eyes are there, it's giving me Gollum-esque vibes, but I think we just kind of threw this off a bridge. Yeah, I think this just needs a step away and then come back to. But I'll be back in like 6 hours ish, maybe. Yeah, see you soon. Bye.